We just wanted to talk to you today because we had a wonderful first session for our higher level mastermind group. And I left inspired. I know I'm going to sound a little biased, but we're going to hear from Adrian and stuff like that. But it was a great first session. I mean, Adrian, what did you talk about again? Tell them.
So we do our sessions in threes. Three is my favorite number, so of course I'm going to pick three. But we started off with a small business spotlight. So we highlighted Star Delight. They are a local catering company. So we had a caterer that spoke to us as part of the mastermind session, which was actually the next part of the meeting. As part of the mastermind session, we covered a few different challenges that from an online retailer and then also from the caterer. So we had two different people in the quote unquote hot seat, but we were able to, discuss some of the challenges they were facing and come up with solutions on the spot, like different things that have worked for us and other members of the group. And essentially that's what we want to do as part of the mastermind segment. The last segment that we did was an elevation moment, and it was actually focused on mindset. And that was intentional because, we want to kick this off and really make sure we're coming from the right mindset to be receptive to the mastermind. And then also just even being in a good space, being a business owner, being able to kind of combat imposter syndrome and just getting in our own ways. So that's what you missed if you weren't there. So I hope that you have a little bit of, insight as to what it is that we're discussing as part of the group. And we're not going to give you all the tools and all the tips here, but this is just really going to be a weekly recap to kind of talk about what we have going on as part of the mastermind. What are some of the things that we're discussing? And I think you had mentioned it, that one of the participants mentioned, finding additional support. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so, as y'all already know, you should know by now, me and Adrian are tax accountants. So a lot of times people want us our referrals, or they want us to refer them to our clients and stuff like that. So we intentionally didn't want to make this group as like, hey, we are tax accountants. Let me do your mother tax return, your tax return, and caterer. I can make the best food. We didn't want that type of vibe. We wanted a vibe that it was just open, like, because with me, I'm very protective of my clients, and I'm pretty sure Adrian's too. So I'm not gonna trust you on day 1, minute 5 of me meeting you. So it was a lot of relationship building and just trying to figure out, okay, what do you do and what you should go to the next level. And what we learned was kind of fascinating. The two common stuff was, okay, obviously capital. If you're an entrepreneur, that's like always everybody's number one thing. And also finding help, especially if, you have your one idea and you're just starting out. And when you're by yourself, it's very intimidating. But when you have a group like what we had, people was just busting out ideas, and it became less intimidating. It became less like, oh my God, I can't do this. For one thing, we had one member, we're gonna get to him next time, but he was quiet the whole time because we try to keep it quick. Another thing, guys, we are not taking up a lot of your time because we're all busy, all of us. So we try to keep it at 30, but it was maybe 40, but we're gonna keep it within the 30 to 40 minute range. And one of the things he was talking about was finding help and how it changed his business life. And, I know him personally, I'm not going to shout him out, but I know he's a big time basketball fan. And he's like, yo, you need to find yourself. I think he said your Kobe or your Shaq or your number 2, Pippen, number 2. And what I took out of that, because a lot of times when we entrepreneurs, we don't really like sharing the spotlight with people. A lot of us are solos, and we like, oh, if I can't do it, nobody can do it. I want it my way or no way. But here's the interesting thing. The number 2s that he mentioned are all Hall of Famers that played on the same team. So you can have your team and both of y'all could win. Both of y'all could be Hall of Famers. Hall of Famers in our world is you're both profitable, you're both moving to the next level. So we need to get that out of our mind. Jarrell, turn that off. We need to get that out of our mind that it's all on us. And it's funny because he said the last 5 minutes, oh, I got something to say. And it just blew my mind. But that was the vibe. And then, obviously funding, Adrian's very, experienced on different fundings and grants. And it was just a great learning experience, in my opinion.
Yeah. So lots of gems were shared. So we did talk about opportunities to find grants for when you're a for-profit. So there are grants available. And if you follow me on YouTube, I do share about that, but you have to be, you gotta be there live. So if you are tuning in to our live now, or you're watching the recording, ask me about the Mastermind program. Ask Jamal. Check in with us to see what it's about, what we're creating. We're really trying to create a space where we work as a community to uplift our collective businesses. And I highlighted the fact that it was a caterer and an online retailer. I'm an accountant. There's a wealth of knowledge out there, and you never know who's in the space. And I promise you that even though we were talking about a caterer, some of the same problems that she had, there were challenges that other people, 100% of the people in the room said they could resonate with what she was facing. So you don't have to feel like, oh, she's a caterer, I can't really talk about that. We are all facing challenges, and a lot of times we isolate ourselves and we put ourselves on an island, and we think that, oh, I'm the only person facing that. And we really need to work together, break down those barriers, and work as a community to support each other. So I'm gonna leave it there.
And I think also I just want to hit on again is that we respect your time. So when we say monthly, we are not trying to take up more than an hour of your time. We even had one participant that was in the middle of working, and she eliminated all excuses. She's like, oh, you hear the background, and she was just taking it in and participating, and we made sure, okay, we're done. So do know that we're all about just making it very effective, straight to the point, and we always available after the meeting. So, and if you're a member, you have a recording of it.
Yep. And as members, you also get one monthly coaching session that you can book. So if your topic isn't discussed in our live session, we can still talk about, your specific challenges or what it is that you need to accomplish in that month. So this is built-in accountability, everyone. So if you are interested, like I said before, reach out to myself or Jamal. But like Jamal said, we're going to keep it short and sweet. So that's everything that I have. Anything else you'd like to share, Jamal?
Nope.
All right. Well, thank you. And hopefully we'll see you next month. Take care.